Hey YouTube! Welcome to a super unscientific video. It's gonna be pretty obvious that this video was just an excuse for me to buy ice cream. I'm okay with that. So I'm going to rank 10 different non-dairy vegan ice creams in this. I was inspired by the fact that Whole Foods apparently has a lot of non-dairy flavors, and I'm not sure if this is a new thing or I just never noticed where in the freezer case they are. But I think they separate them out now at my Whole Foods and have more. It's my theory. So they have a number of brands. I'm going to rank 10 different ice creams. It's 7 different types, and I think maybe only 5 different brands. So some of them are multiple flavors. Or within a brand, like So Delicious has a bunch of different non-dairy milk bases that they use. So I wanted to try different ones. So it's summer, and if you're vegan, maybe you want to know what kind of ice cream you should pick up at the store. So here we go. All right, number 10. Farm to Spoon's Peanut Butter Chocolate Swirl. So Farm to Spoon has a really interesting packaging idea in that it comes in 2 little cups instead of a pint. You get 2 little cups of ice cream in a like cardboard sleeve. So they do get a bonus creativity point for that because we all know if you have a pint of ice cream, you'll eat the whole pint of ice cream. It has a light texture. It's not very creamy, and I would prefer my ice cream to be creamier, but it does have a strong peanut butter flavor. So if you're not picky about texture and you really like peanut butter, this one might be for you. A number 9 is Van Leeuwen. I don't know how to. Dutch is actually a language I do not know. Mint chocolate chip. So this is a brand that is super expensive, and they claim to have really high quality ingredients. And unfortunately, I don't like most of their flavors, so I tried the mint chocolate chip. I was not super impressed. The flavors were super quality. I mean, the mint is very like natural mint tasting. The chocolate is clearly high quality chocolate, but the texture is kind of weird. One thing that I don't like in non-dairy ice creams is if you get that kind of almost like icy texture, like kind of grainy, which I definitely noticed in the Farm to Spoon. In this one, it's a weird distribution. They actually make it with multiple milks. So my theory is that maybe some of the milks have a higher fat content than others and are not evenly distributed. So you'll get creamy bits, but they're kind of weirdly distributed in the pint. So I was not really a fan of that fact, although it was a decent pint of ice cream. Coming in at number 8, this is our first So Delicious one. It's the So Delicious Key Lime, which is one of their coconut milk based ice creams. So really good texture, nice and creamy coconut ice cream. They have little bits of like toasted coconut, and then these little ribbons of lime, which are super tart. So it's a nice like play on flavors between the tartness and the sweetness. And the little bits of coconut are nice. I tend to prefer, if I've got stuff in my ice cream, I tend to prefer like larger chunks or amounts of it. I would have liked some graham cracker crust. I feel like with key lime, I'm like expecting there to be graham cracker crust bits. So, but overall pretty good. Number 7 is from Nadamu, their maple pecan. So this is a really nice creamy consistency. Both of the Nadamu ones I tried had a good creamy consistency. The pecan pieces were maybe a little smaller than I might have liked, but it was tasty, had a good maple flavor. For number 6, this is the first Ben & Jerry's entry, Fudge Brownie. So Fudge Brownie is one of my favorites, or was one of my favorites before I became vegan, so like the original. It's not quite as good as the original, but it's a pretty good attempt. Like you get nice hunks of brownie distributed throughout the ice cream. I think the actual ice cream is maybe, I mean, it's a decent non-dairy ice cream, but it's maybe not the best. But I like the big hunks of brownie, so there you go. Coming in at number 5, we have So Delicious, one of their oat milk ones. So this is the oatmeal cookie. I like their oat milk ice creams a lot. I think they have a good texture. They're thick, they're creamy. They have a light taste of oat, which I actually like. If you don't like oat, then obviously that's a downside. And of course, it pairs well with oatmeal cookie. So you get nice little balls of cookie distributed throughout the ice cream. Now at number 4, this is the other Nadamu I tried, the mint chocolate chip. So I thought this was way better than the Van Leeuwen, and it's cheaper. It's creamier. It is just a solid mint chocolate chip ice cream. It's actually more like chunks of chocolate, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm actually giving Nadamu the point on the mint chocolate chip. All right, top 3. Here we go. These are all super delicious and hard to rank. So number 3, this is the So Delicious Oat Milk's peanut butter and jelly. Love the peanut butter and jelly flavor. Again, I like the oaty taste. I think it combines well with PB&J. You have sort of like chunks of jam and peanut butter, but also some smaller swirls. So it's a good amount of the stuff, and I like the variance in size that you get there. Number 2, also in the peanut butter category, we have Ben & Jerry's peanut butter and cookies. I really love this. They used to have it. They had it for a while in the Ben & Jerry's shops, and they don't anymore. And it makes me very sad because I love the milkshake with this. So it's actually it's not peanut butter cookies. When I first saw it, I thought it was going to be like Nutter Butters or something. It's peanut butter with like the cookies and cream type cookies. So like Oreo style smashed up. Lots of cookie, like super well distributed, and then you get hunks of peanut butter. Oh, so good. I don't even know if I can like describe the texture of the ice cream because the cookie is so distributed. It's hard to notice. So if it's not a good texture, then it's covered up entirely by the stuff inside. And finally, number 1, the ice cream that I cannot resist buying again and again. It is So Delicious their salted caramel cashew milk. I think it's called salted caramel cluster, actually. The cashew milk ice cream is a really good idea. If you have not had cashew milk ice cream, get you to a store and obtain this. So the thing I love about this is that it is good straight out of the freezer. So many ice creams, they're hard, you have to wait. My preferred ice cream consistency is kind of in the middle, like soft with liquid kind of around the sides. So it takes forever for most ice creams to get to that point. It's obviously not liquidy straight out of the freezer, but it is soft enough to get a spoon into it. Depending on the temperature of your freezer and how long it's been in there, it's somewhere between, like, it takes a little bit of effort and it's just straight up soft. So I love that about the cashew milk ice cream. It's almost like, as it melts, it's almost a little bit foamy, sort of. I don't know how to describe it, but it's a really good texture. And this particular one, it has ribbons of caramel throughout, and I really love the texture of the chocolate clusters. Like, it's kind of soft, but crispy at the same time. Really good. So go obtain this. I mentioned it to a coworker, and she totally grabbed it, even though she's not vegan. So this is a good one to try to, like, if you're trying to lure in non-vegan friends. I find that even the ones that I find, like, really fatty and creamy, non-vegan people don't agree, but this is the one. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this quality content. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know below if there's any sort of vegan things you would like me to taste. I totally will. All right.